Did you know that there is a building in New York that is placed on wheels so that it can occasionally multiply into two, creating an entirely new building that is part of the original one? Architecture is a field where innovation always has room to surprise us. And every so often, construction experts discover new ways of providing the conventional roof and four walls to shelter us.
Welcome back to Elite Projects.
The design of homes, office buildings, airports, museums, and train stations tend to be pretty standard, but every so often, buildings are constructed that go above and beyond their vertical height in redefining the ever-changing world of architecture. These buildings become marvels across the globe and prime examples of how innovative structures can also be beautiful and functional. From buildings the shape of a phoenix in mid-flight all the way to skyscrapers built on rotating wheels. Here are some of the most innovative buildings of the last decade. Apple Park, Cupertino, California. For some, Apple Park will always be remembered as the final vision of the firm's founder, Steve Jobs. But for many more, Apple's latest headquarters will be considered the crowning architectural achievement for how the campus of a forward-thinking company should be designed. Created by the firm Foster & Partners, the 175-acre campus was the culmination of a dream that Jobs had in 2004 while walking through London's Hyde Park, of a new environment where the barrier between building and nature seamlessly disappeared. To fulfill that lofty ambition, Jobs turned to the Pritzker Prize-winning architect Norman Foster. He described his vision of recreating a landscape that is the fruit bowl of America, which would give buildings an approach and setting that would be very specific to Apple Incorporated. This vision included a main, ring-shaped building that runs on fully sustainable energy, much of which comes from the solar panels that line the top of the spaceship-like structure. Between each floor is a canopy that slightly sticks out, its main purpose being to protect employees from the intense California sun. Tucked within each canopy is a ventilation system that funnels air in and out of the building. Through a variety of sensors, the building maintains a temperature of 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit, all by using an intake and release of natural air. The campus also houses 9,000 trees, many of them apple, plum, apricot, and other fruit trees of drought-tolerant varieties, planted to withstand climate change. The Oculus, New York. Santiago Calatrava is famous for creating structures so dynamic that they appear poised to take flight at any moment. The Spanish-born's design of the Oculus is no exception. While the structure is built of steel, concrete, stone, and glass, it takes the shape of a bird, specifically a phoenix in mid-flight. The symbolism of a phoenix rising from the ashes is immediate, as the building is located mere feet from the September 11th Memorial and Museum in downtown Manhattan. But it's not just the symbolism, it's also the design that makes this transportation hub such an architectural marvel. The design makes it easy for visitors to move with ease through a space that connects 11 subway lines and countless retail and office spaces. Speaking about this architectural marvel, Calatrava explained that his vision was to build a station that would be easily found and bring a sense of comfort to the everyday commute through the dim places of New York. He also thought that opening everything to the naked eye would enhance a sense of security. And if you have been lucky enough to visit Calatrava's Oculus, you will definitely agree that he has done this in spades. The Broad, Los Angeles. Next up is another architectural work of art that proves that the minds behind it are modern-day magicians. Designed by architects at Diller Scofidio and Renfro, the Broad building in Los Angeles bears a structure that holds a nearly 2,000-piece collection of contemporary art, making it, in theory, like any other museum in the world. And yet, that is all it has in common with other museums.
The 50,000 square foot building also acts as a seamless buffer between the inside and outside world.
Most museums are opaque to the street and inwardly focused. The Broad, however, uses a semi-porous system which is dubbed the Veil to foster more of an urban interface as revealed by Elizabeth Diller. partner and co-founder of the New York-based firm DS&R. The veil's porosity suggests two-way vision and tempts you from the street through its lifted corner, while views from within the gallery are oblique so visitors are not distracted without being entirely cut off from the world. The honeycomb-like design also enhances the artwork housed within the structure, making the striking exterior multifunctional in aesthetics. The veil's walls are also engineered so that, despite the movement of the sun, no direct sunlight will ever penetrate the space. The cellular structure all around acts like a sponge, absorbing and transmitting light as needed. Bahrain World Trade Center, Manama. The 240-meter-high Twin Tower Bahrain World Trade Center is a futuristic look into sustainable design, located in Manama, Bahrain. Designed by the architectural firm Atkins, the Twin Towers feature multiple wind turbines on the sky bridges between the two skyscrapers. Developed, built, and installed by the Danish company Norwind in 2008, the turbines have made the structure the first in the world to integrate wind technology into its design. Strategically positioned to capture the wind coming in from the Persian Gulf, the sail-shaped buildings act as funnels for the turbines, allowing the gap between to become a wind stream. This effort to leverage as much wind as possible to be converted into power allows for roughly 11 to 15% of the building's total power consumption, which is equivalent to the electricity needs of about 300 homes, 258 hospitals, 17 industrial plants, and 33 car engines. Shanghai Tower, Shanghai. The 2,073-foot-tall Shanghai Tower, designed by Gensler, was completed in 2015 and is one of those skyscrapers with a seemingly endless list of records. From the tallest building in China, the world's second tallest observation deck, the second tallest in the world until the recent arrival of the Merdeka 118, all the way to the world's second fastest elevator system. What is shocking, however, is that these records are nothing compared to the design of the building. The building bears an asymmetrical form with rounded corners, which saved the developers some $58 million in material costs compared to a traditional angular building of the same size. Xiaomei Li, Gensler's regional managing principal in China and project director on the Shanghai Tower, revealed that the tower's asymmetrical form, its tapering profile, and its rounded corners allows the building to withstand the typhoon-force winds that are common in Shanghai. Using a wind tunnel test conducted in a Canadian lab, Gensler refined the tower's form, which reduced the building wind loads by 24%. The result was a lighter structure, saving $58 million in costs for required materials. Quite innovative, don't you think? But wait till you see the next building. It will definitely challenge your perception of architecture and the rules of building construction. As always, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel and tap the bell icon so that you never miss any of our new videos. The Shed, New York. In many ways, the goal of New York's $475 million cultural center seemed impossible. Imagine a cultural center that entertains New Yorkers by running on wheels so that it can multiply into two, while also providing arguably the most diverse lineup of performances the city has ever witnessed. The Shed, which opened in the spring of 2019, starts as a static 200,000 square foot cultural space. The structure consists of an outer shell made of lightweight, luminescent ETFE panels that sits on a set of wheels connected to a short track. Once activated by a 121 horsepower engine, which is the same horsepower of a 2019 Toyota Prius, the shell moves away from the main frame of the building, in effect creating an entirely new building that is part of the original one. Often, flexible buildings are generic in form, but the construction firm wanted to erect a flexible building that can have a strong architectural character. While explaining more about the construction of the Shed, Elizabeth Diller, a partner at Diller Scofidio and Renfro, which was the lead architecture firm working with the Rockwell Group, the collaborating architects, said that their goal was to create a building that would be so flexible it would adapt to a future it does not know yet. It would be so flexible it could even change its footprint. Which building did you find the most innovative and why? Let us know in the comment section below. And as you do, click on the next video and be shocked by the top building demolitions that went horribly wrong. And as always, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel.